Oh, I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. Some superhero, some fairy tale bliss, something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. I want something just like this. Do-do-do-do-do. 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 Good evening. How's everyone doing on this fine November 12th, 2024? I want something just like this. So today we are going to be discussing something. I think that you guys will be interested to hear what I have to say. It's going to be quite the tale. It's going to be quite the tale. The T-A-I-L, not the T-A-L-E. We're going to be looking at, a tale, that extends from someone's back, not a story. Avrion Tech, thank you for 4 months on Twitch. Sweet Disaster 42, thank you so much for 4 months as well. Thank you guys. Emily's Feeder Spoon, thank you. Bedtime in 30, Jordy. I need tea to sleep. Well, I will tell you that this is not going to be your average sleepy tea. This is not going to be your average chamomile. It's not going to be something that will lay you to rest. It'll make you want to stay up all night thinking about it. Red-handed bee, thank you. Oh, Lordeth, it's Jordith. If my username on here ever gets banned for whatever reason, I will rename to Oh Lordeth, it's Jordith. Thank you so much, Red-handed bee. Alicia Michelin, thank you. Finally caught alive. It's a rainy Wednesday morning in Melbourne. I'm happy to be here. Longtime viewer of the replays. Appreciate your channel getting me through some rough times. Thank you so much for saying that. I'm glad that my channel could bring you some sort of something. Hopefully a bit of entertainment can be met with you in your schedule this evening. Thank you, Alicia. Amberlynn's chillin' hernia. I really appreciate that. If I've got to be chillin' at all, I'm happy to be chillin' with you, Jordy. Well, that means the world to me. Thank you. Thank you. Friday nights, who needs going out? Who needs clubs? Who needs bars? It's just me and a hernia. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. Anna Korn, thank you. Jordy Tino is on his way, getting my dog Tabitha involved too. It's a family affair. Sending love and take my money. Hello to Tabitha and Tino. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Really appreciate you sending that in, Anna. Velvet Vulpix, thank you so much. Finally caught alive. Let's hope you can spill the tea before I got to go to bed in an hour. I don't know if an hour will be long enough. Because, you know me, I like to talk. I like to talk. I'll do my best. And, whatever you don't catch, maybe you can catch tomorrow. Thank you so much, Velvet. Catherine, just kidding, I don't run. Thank you so much for 2 months. Time sure flies when you're having fun. I've always loved that saying. Life has been flying by lately, and I think it's just because fat women on the internet are just so much fun. I really do. Thank you, Catherine. Frantic Yak, thank you for becoming a member. Hey, Frantic. This yak is taking on the Big Apple this week. I'll be sure to wave at you from the plane. Oh, Ooh, have fun in New York City. That is awesome, Frantic Yak. Don't let anyone coerce you into buying their mixtape, okay? All right. Be vigilant walking around the streets of New York. Brianna W, thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate that. Maple Rose, thank you for becoming a member. Hello, Maple. Despectful M, thank you so much. This is hectic. You don't even know what it is yet. I could be pulling your leg. This could be absolutely nothing. Thank you, Despectful. Katie Bird swooping in with 10 gifted memberships right off the bat here. Thank you so much for doing that to our lovely mod, Katie Bird. And it's looking like one of the first recipients of said gifted memberships is the Mr. Snowflake. Check out that. Check out that. Mr. Snowflake was gifted a membership by Katie Bird. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, I suppose that Mr. Snowflake is now formally a shorty. That's cool. That's cool. How do we feel about that? How do we feel about that? 5 gifted memberships have also come in from Megan Black and Decker Becker. Thank you so much for that, Megan. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for expanding my community. The only thing that needs expanding around these parts, not abdomens. Thank you so much for that, Megan. Kellyanne has also followed suit with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much for doing that, Kellyanne. I really appreciate you. 25 gifted memberships right off the bat here from 3 very generous viewers. Thank you so much, Kelly. Hey, really appreciate that, guys. Okay, so today we are going to be taking a look at a little story that kind of made its way to my desk, so to speak, over the past 24 hours. This is going to be somewhat reminiscent of what occurred over the summer with said side character coming out to spill some tea that has not been directly leaked by one of the protagonists in our series. So everything that I am going to be disclosing you tonight is from a third party, so to speak. It is all alleged, but I don't believe that this person has any reason to tell lies. I don't believe that this person has anything to benefit from it. I did not pay this person. I did not encourage this person to say certain things. I did not try to. All they did was say what they needed to say. And I am going to function as a medium, as a middleman, and use my platform to let you all, the lovely people of the internet, know what went on. What went on. And then opinions can be formed, discussions can be had, things can be observed, and we can sort of kind of talk about what has gone on in the not so recent past, as well as how this might shake things up in the girl world community forever. So I want to say that, as you all know, over the past couple months, Amberlynn has not been uploading to YouTube. No. She has been saying that she has been going through some mental things. Maybe it's the acclimation process of moving across the country yet again. Maybe she just feels that the community is too toxic. And maybe there are people out there that she no longer feels that she wants to answer to. She doesn't want to have to upload any certain days of the week or times or anything of the sort. So Amberlynn has kind of been taking a back seat, so to speak, in Girl World. And we've just kind of been looking at her from afar on Instagram. We've been doing the Instagram Q&As. We've been doing the vlogs that she has been uploading. She's been doing some stuff here and there in terms of TikTok. So it's been very piecemeal in terms of the type of content that we've been getting from Ms. Reed. I'm going to slow the chat just for a second. Okay, so that should be better. You may, okay. All right, the chat is slowed down on YouTube. It was getting a little hectic. Hey, listen, y'all. In girl world, we don't like to move too quickly. Okay, all right. Jordy, you're edging us. I don't know what you're talking about. So Amberlynn hasn't been uploading recently, and she's been saying it's been mental health. It's been just, you know, things have been weighing on her, for lack of a better term. Things have been weighing on her, and reaction channels, and the community as a whole have been speculating that it might be the dynamic of her current relationship that is causing her to feel a certain type of way and is ultimately discouraging her from uploading to YouTube regularly. So I came across a certain screenshot yesterday. This screenshot was of someone from TikTok talking about their past experience with Amberlynn's current girlfriend. And this person in their post had a couple things to say. And in that post, they included some hashtags. And that's how Girl World, that's how our community was able to catch wind of this, because when you use a hashtag, it gets filtered into other posts and it gets pushed in your algorithm. So the fact that this person used a Girl World related hashtag is how their profile kind of got into the mix of all of this. Okay. So that's how this all came about. That's how this person was able to get in contact with me. So this person had some interesting claims to say in their post, and I reached out to this person. I said, hi, I'm a reaction channel on YouTube. I follow what's been going on pretty extensively. If you're interested in coming on live stream with me, I would love to have you. I would love to have you come on, meet the audience, tell your story, say what you need to say. If that interests you, please let me know. And this person respectfully declined. They said that they did not want to be on camera. They didn't want to be on a voice call, anything of the sort. So what ended up transpiring is a textual conversation over TikTok DMs. We are going to be looking at said conversation with this person and seeing what they have to say. So let's just start off from the beginning. Now that I have provided context into who this person is, what this person might know, and why this person decided to have a conversation with me over text versus just coming on here like Brittany and Erica did. So let's get started. But first, Haley Quinn, thank you. It's nearly midnight in UK. You go live with such a tantalizing teaser. I can't miss this now. No, you can't. No, you can't. Just stay up. Who needs sleep? Who needs sleep? Come on. K-Sis, thank you. I've been watching you way too much. My dream last night, you were my bestie, and I think we were in high school being messy queens together. Oh, baby, that wasn't a dream. That was a sleep hallucination. Come on now. That wasn't a dream. What's a dream? What's a dream? One second. I still don't know how to turn that off. That bling, bling. I don't know how to turn off. Juniper, I mean, I don't appreciate it any less. I really appreciate you sending in Twitch gifted subs, but bling, bling. Ugh. Okay. Okay. So let's get started, y'all. All right, so I reached out to this person and I said, hey, I run a YouTube channel that covers Amberlynn and Emily. I was wondering if you'd be willing to chat with me on live stream. This person accepted my message request and said, you can ask me anything you want, but I'm not trying to get my 15 minutes of fame. I just hope all of her karma comes back to bite her in the rear end for ruining my marriage 4 years ago. Literally. I thanked this person for getting back to me. And they also had some TikToks on their page showing a weight loss transformation. And I just wanted to say a quick kudos to them. Congratulations. Weight loss is not easy. As we know in this community, it is sometimes encouraged. So when someone is able to shed some lbs, I just want to say congrats. Nice thing to say. She did have a nice little transformation, so I was looking forward to telling her congrats. So she discloses right off the bat here that her marriage 4 years ago was ruined by Amberlynn's current girlfriend. Where have we heard this before? Where have we seen this before? We have heard this and seen this as recent as 4 months ago with Amberlynn. Amberlynn intervened in a marriage knowingly, made a joke about it, said, ha ha, you should go to Moe's and buy me a home wrecker burrito because I guess that's what I'm doing. So it seems like, as Billie Eilish famously said, birds of a feather, we should stick together. So Amberlynn and Emily are infamously, sorry, 1 second. Sorry, I had to do something real quick. Sorry, where was I? So, intervening in a marriage. Not cool. Not cool. Not fun. Not nice. Never a good thing to do. Ruins people's lives, messes people up, makes them feel like they're not good enough, etc., etc. So, this is what this person claims that that Amberlynn's current girlfriend Emily did to her marriage about 4 years ago. So after I congratulated her for her weight loss, she said, thank you. That happened after my ex-wife left me for Emily. So the marriage did come to a screeching halt, and it looks like the ex-wife decided to go with Emily, to be with Emily, instead of continuing her marriage with the person I'm speaking with. So I asked her, how did Emily know your ex? How did they come about? How did they, what was it? Was it Tinder? Did they work together? Trying to gauge some information as to how all these people know each other. Also in this, I probably should have cropped this out, but I just wanted to, include it just to show you guys. I asked her if she wanted to get on the phone or if she wanted to talk on Instagram instead of talking over text, but we ended up doing it this way. I probably should have cropped that out. It's not really necessary. Okay. So she goes on to say that Amberlynn's girlfriend is a nurse, and she works, like many nurses, at a hospital. And this person got a job at that same hospital in 2015 because her ex-wife's mother had been working there for over 30 years. She had tenure. She likely had connections. If she was able to get her daughter-in-law a job at the hospital, maybe she could pull some strings. Maybe she could talk to her manager. Maybe she could ask around, hey, could you help me? Maybe she could make something happen. And that is the scenario that ended up playing out. Her ex-wife's mother had been there for 30 years and suggested she apply. She applied and she got the job. And shortly after, she figured out that Amberlynn's current girlfriend, Emily, worked at the same hospital. However, this is not the first time that this person has come across Emily. They went to middle and high school together. So she has a history with Emily. It goes back. It goes back further than 2015. It certainly goes back further than 4 years ago of having her marriage ruined. This goes back far. This goes all the way back to middle school. I think that these girls are in their early 30s, so that would have been, 2005, 2006. So this goes back about 20 years. that she has been around to or has been in the vicinity of this person. So she said that in high school, there was an incident that happened involving one of her best friends. The incident that occurred was due to an argument. They were fighting with each other. They were having a disagreement. And because of the result of this disagreement and argument, Amberlynn's current girlfriend decided to put information about this woman's friend on Craigslist, soliciting her for services. So that would be like if I were to take someone's personal information, write up a Craigslist ad. I don't believe Craigslist does personals anymore, but if you aren't familiar, there used to be a section of Craigslist called personals, which would basically be a way for people to meet and have certain arrangements. You can kind of fill in the blank here. So this person's information was taken by Amberlynn's girlfriend and posted on Craigslist, soliciting her for services. Hey, for a good time, call. We're going to talk a little bit more about this story later, but this is when she first introduces this. Fast forward a few years. After high school, after this had all gone down. By the way, when that occurred, they were all under the age of 18. Fast forward a few years. They're in their early 20s. This woman and that friend decided to move in together, and Emily wanted to hang out. You know, maybe it was, we do a lot of stupid things in high school. We say a lot of things we don't mean. We do a lot of things that we regret. Let's hang out. Let's bury the hatchet. So they decided to hang out a few years later. Personally, I wouldn't have decided to hang out with someone after doing that, but this is the decision that was made. So they hung out, and it didn't go well. They did obviously not have a rekindling. They did not become friends again. They did not get past all of the drama that occurred back in high school. So that ended with another argument, and they had to threaten Emily to basically leave the house, get out of here. It didn't go well. So 2 instances prior to this woman starting a job at the hospital in 2015, in which this sort of toxicity has been occurring with Amberlynn's girlfriend. And she goes on to say that Emily left the house, and we're now fast forwarding to 2015. I'm working at a hospital. Well, later down the road, my ex-wife got her job back there as well. In 2019, Emily started hanging out more with my ex-wife when we were in our 7-year rut. Famously, what is referred to as a 7-year itch. Relationships sometimes get a little bit stale. They get a little bit complacent. They get a little bit stagnant. They're a little bit boring after a while. Doing the same thing over and over again with the same person. You want to spice things up. You want something to be interesting. You want to re-find that spark. So during the period of time that this woman was beginning to experience a 7-year rut or a 7-year itch with her sorry. I'm not going to say to not do that, because if I do it, then people will start to deliberately do it. Emily started hanging out with my ex-wife when we were in our 7-year rut. My ex-wife at the time is 275, And Emily's really beginning to show an interest in her. You know, kind of eyeing her up, looking at her BMI, kind of looking at, okay, all right, height, weight, longitude, latitude is checking out. All right, 275. Maybe we could get that to up to 3. Maybe this time next year we'll start that off with a 4. I'm not sure. So 275 is what this woman's ex-wife was weighing in at during the time that they all started working together in 2019. And Emily began to salivate. She began to have eyes for this person. And she kind of showed interest in her. You know, hey, how you doing? This is interesting. You're kind of cute. Let's see where this goes. So this woman, her ex-wife, and Amberlynn's girlfriend, all are working at the same place together. And she goes on to say that they would purposely pick up NOC over time together. So NOC, I'm going to assume, stands for nocturnal, which I'm going to also assume means night shift. So they were deliberately picking up the night shift so that they could work together, be together. In night, people tend to get a little bit more sneaky, do things that they wouldn't normally do in daytime. So I don't know if these were extra shifts or if these were considered overtime shifts, but they were picking up these shifts together so that they could be around each other more. And this woman that I was speaking with went on to say that it was the straw that broke the camel's back. And her ex-wife, after a period of time, spending all of this time with Emily, who was more than likely love bombing her, telling her everything that she wanted to hear. This is very common in people that are in marriages, in relationships with people that are strained, boring. They're looking for some excitement. They're looking for some liveliness. They're looking for something to re-spark their interest in life and love. So she decided that Emily could give that to her. Emily could provide where her wife could not. And only after a week of being separated, not divorced, being separated from this woman, she decided to fall in love with Emily. They fell in love. It was a love, and unlike any other love we've ever seen before. It was beautiful. It was something right out of a Nicholas Sparks novel. It was something right out of a Happy Meal. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful, the love that they shared with one another after such a short period of time, and being separated from her actual wife for 1 week. 1 week. Okay. Just going to take a quick break here. Haley Quinn, thank you so much. It's nearly midnight in the UK. Now you go live with such a tantalizing teaser. Don't go to bed. K-Sis, I've been watching you too much. My dream, you were my bestie. Oh, sorry, I did that one. Amy, thank you. My theory is Amberlynn is immobile. She and Emily got in a drunken fight and she went down and couldn't get back up. We're going to be talking, No. I mean, maybe something along the lines of that. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. Thank you so much, Amy. Lazy Reader, thank you so much for 3 months. This better not just be you in a wig again. Do you see a wig? Do you see a wig? I'm tugging on it. This came out of my scalp, I promise. Story of Estelle, thank you. Can't believe how excited I am. It's a fun little story. It gets better. Bunny TC, thank you. Finally caught alive. Thank you so much, Bunny. Franz of Tranquility, thank you for becoming a member. Melly Mellow Melissa, thank you. Jordy went to see The Substance. It's like a graphic horror women's body morphing. Ooh, gosh. She's a troll and she can't be watched without it being affected at all. I have heard a lot of different things about that movie. I might have to watch it because I like horror. I like gore. I like that kind of stuff. Huh, interesting. Oh geez, oh no, thank you so much for the gifted sub on Twitch. Okay, so after a week of being separated, not divorced, nothing was finalized. They had been no longer together after 1 week, okay? They were in love. Bull. We have to call a certain little attention to detail here with the bull. It was bull. You guys don't want to see me happy. You've never cared about what I wanted. Bull. So she goes on to say that her ex-wife is a diabetic. She has diabetes. Now, for those of you that know, diabetes is something you need to keep up on. It's something that you need to take injections for. It's something that you need to watch your diet on. It's a serious illness. It could be the beginning of the end for someone very quickly if they don't take it seriously. So she discloses to me that the ex-wife has diabetes. And you would think Amberlynn's girlfriend, in a profession like this that she is working in, she would know. She would know that feeding her things like protein shakes, elaborate dinners, fast food, delivery, takeout, all of that would not be a good thing to impose on someone with diabetes. It could exacerbate the illness, make it worse. It could put someone in a very precarious position. So after this woman's ex-wife and Amberlynn's girlfriend were living together, her diabetes started to get negatively affected by all of this that was being encouraged. She goes on to say, well, this is the same stuff that Amberlynn is going through right now. This is exactly what my ex went through. This is a pattern. This is something that has happened once before. It is going to happen again. And I know that in this statement right here, we're comparing it between this woman's ex-wife and Amberlynn, but never forget that there were people in between the story that I am telling you today. In between this story that occurred in 2019 and now 2024 with Amberlynn, there was a certain someone that was involved with this kind of debacle, so to speak. We have covered that extensively. We have talked about Colleen. There are screenshots. There are photos on different forums of this sort of depravity occurring. And it just leads us to believe, when is enough going to be enough? When is the pattern going to be broken? When will this person's interest in encouraging this for very vulnerable people end? This is what we know of. I want to always say that because I like to compare drama on the internet, girl world stuff, like an iceberg. An iceberg, you can see a little bit popping up over the surface of water. Think about everything below it that you can't see. That's how I'm kind of trying to communicate that to you. So this woman's ex-wife, Colleen, Amberlynn, this is what we know of. They are on the tip of the iceberg. They're who we can see. Think about what we don't need. Think about what we don't know. What we don't need is a protein shake, yeah. Sorry, I was reading the chat. Moving on. So this is the exact same stuff that Amberlynn is going through right now. She had my ex sleeping in the basement. I will provide a follow-up message as to why that was the case. But this woman was living with Amberlynn's girlfriend. She was being encouraged to take on elaborate dinners, protein shakes, takeout, delivery, etc. In addition, she was being made to sleep in the basement. While she was sleeping in the basement, her diabetes, her condition, a very serious condition, was being exacerbated, was being made worse. Diabetes can bring you to your knees very quickly. And for someone that does not seem like they were able to adequately provide for themselves at the time, it doesn't seem like she was in a situation where someone else was able to make up for that. So, sleeping in the basement, being made to sleep in the basement, having all of these meals, having her diabetes exacerbated, it kind of made her go a little crazy. It made her go insane. She didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to think. She was probably thinking, oh my gosh, I ruined my marriage for this woman, and now she's doing this, and I'm having to sleep in a basement. A month ago, I was with my wife, and everything was okay, and now I'm in a basement, and everything's not okay, and just everything was kind of all over the place. It was a little bit crazy. It was a little bit insane, which sounds like it would be. It would be. I definitely would feel like I would be going insane. I feel like I would be going insane too. She goes on to say, and she already had a mental diagnosis. Being that Emily is a nurse, a psych nurse, so that's even more heinous. That's even worse. That's worse. That really is worse. So, I mean, not only are you a nurse, you specialize. You have extra training. You know more about this specific field and the ramifications that it could have. Knowing all of those things, based on your education, based on your training, based on your experiences, you continue to do this to someone that is vulnerable, diabetic, and already has a pre-existing condition. The pre-existing condition was not disclosed, but the point is this woman had problems. This woman already had issues. If we are paralleling the situation to Amberlynn, Amberlynn is someone that already has problems. She is someone that is very vulnerable emotionally, psychologically, mentally. So, someone that this woman has dated previously is a very vulnerable person. She's having a lot of health issues, and those mental health issues and those physical health issues, they all got worse. They all got worse being in this person's vicinity. She goes on to disclose here that Emily is on the brinks of losing her job due to attendance issue, but that's just a rumor. That's alleged. That is just what's going through the grapevine. That's interesting because we have discussed recently that Amberlynn has been spending a lot of time at home. Typically, as is with nurses, it's a 7 to 7 kind of shift. It's a 12-hour brick period of time. Amberlynn doesn't have someone to keep her company for 12 hours. She might start to get a little bit pissy. She might start to get a little bit hungry. She might start to get a little bit angry. And like the Incredible Hulk, you don't want to see Amberlynn when she's angry. So, attendance issues, the rumor is... Here's what I will say about that. Amberlynn has savings. Amberlynn has an income. These people that she has dated previously, they don't have means. So Emily has always had to work to put food on the table. Probably not the best choice of words. Emily has always needed to work. She's always needed to have a job. The situation here that is unique with Amberlynn is that Amberlynn is, I don't want to say independently wealthy, but she is independently financially sustainable. So that makes her situation more unique, because in the past, Emily has needed to provide for herself. She's needed to provide for her partner. She's needed to be the breadwinner. That doesn't necessarily seem to be the case here. It's not necessary. It's helpful, but it's not 100% necessary. So maybe it's kind of being toyed around with in her mind that she doesn't need to work. Oh, hey, my girlfriend's making this a lot easier for me. I mean, normally I have to go to work. I have to get a paycheck. I have to use that paycheck to buy delivery and takeout and groceries and all this stuff. Girl I'm with now will already do this. This will be a quick in, easy out. This will be over as quickly as it began if I don't have to work. But again, just a rumor, just alleged. She goes on to say that it pissed her off so badly that during the relationship between her ex-wife and Amberlynn's girlfriend, she DM'd Emily on Facebook, and they were exchanging photos with one another. Make of that what you will. So I want you to think about this for a second. This person's ex-wife, okay, leaves them to be with Emily. Emily, with their ex-wife, then receives a message from the woman that she stole her wife away from. These two begin talking to each other on Facebook. They begin flirting with one another. They begin exchanging photos. She goes on to say that this was all calculated. She did this on purpose. She did this as a way to get back at her ex-wife. She goes on to say, I'm not a nice person, especially Emily. When you cross me, I'm not going to be a nice person to you. So she did this very deliberately. She did this on purpose. She reached out and said this with hopes of trying to get back at the ex-wife some way, somehow. I go on to say this isn't, because at this point, I mean, she sent a gigantic message. So I felt like this is, I needed to follow up a little bit. I told her it was insane, the whole feeding thing, trying to get on the same page. And I said, this is exactly what sounds like the situation that is currently occurring with Amberlynn that happened with your ex-wife. This is exactly what happened to my ex-wife. I thought it was because I was fat and my ex-wife wanted someone skinny, but it was really Emily wanting somebody fat. If you look at Emily's track record, she's dated nothing but fat people, that were damn near 350 to 400. When I was trying to sabotage her and my ex-wife's relationship, Emily said that she likes a certain kind of thing. This is something that we've talked about before. The concept of being laid on. The concept of being crushed. The concept of struggling to the concept of struggling underneath someone. We have talked about this before. So she disclosed to me here that her ex-wife did something that involved struggling, and it was a way to get off. It was a way to do something that they enjoyed or that she enjoyed. She goes on to say, hint, this is why she liked laying under the dead ex's stomach. That's a very blunt way of putting it, but this is something that we've talked about before on here. We've all seen the screenshot. We have all read the caption about wanting to be crushed. We've all read the caption about wanting to be underneath someone's abdomen. And, yeah. So this is something that occurred with the ex-wife. It's something that occurred in her relationship with her late ex that we have photographic evidence of. And I asked, did you speak to your ex-wife after she and Emily ended things? Because obviously the ex-wife is still around. She did not meet an early series finale, so to speak. So I said, the internet's noticed this pattern too. It seems to be always be gigantic people she goes for. So I asked if they spoke. I asked what the nature of their relationship was after they had broken things off, because obviously this relationship did not last. She said that her ex-wife used to come to her apartment sometimes after the many fights that she and Emily had had with one another. They used to even fight at work. They would argue at work. You can imagine that caused some drama at work on the floor, some unprofessional type behavior. So there were arguments occurring at home. There were arguments occurring at work. This person was always having some type of conflict with Amberlynn's girlfriend. Alexis has disclosed to us in the past that Amberlynn and this woman argue extensively. They have conflict extensively. They fight with each other extensively. So again, history repeats itself. So while this person's ex-wife and Emily were all working together, living together, she was also in the midst of all of this. So your ex-wife, their new partner, and you all work in the same place. So she would float. She would sometimes work in psychiatric care. She would sometimes work as a technician. So they would have her do certain things. It wasn't one assigned job. She did different things. So on the days that she was being assigned to different roles, she would hear and see different things in the hospital because she was always kind of around. She had her ears in many hallways. So sometimes she would work on the unit that Amberlynn's girlfriend worked on. She went on to disclose that, but I blurred it out as I blurred out a lot of the information on here. She goes on to talking about loving a fat belly laying across her chest, and M-wording while said belly is across her chest. She enjoys M-wording. M-wording. That is the way that I'm going to communicate it. She enjoys M-wording while having a fat belly laying across her chest. So, yeah. I will 100% without a doubt say that she started out with smaller people and it had progressively worsened. So, as some of you were kind of saying in the chat a little bit earlier, 275 doesn't seem that big. 275 is like, that's not that big of a 275? I mean, yeah, 275 is big. Yeah, 275 is obese. It might even be classified as morbidly obese, but 275? Our girl is over 5. So 275, I mean, that's That's noob stuff. That's trivial. That's rudimentary. That's not a big deal. So she said, kind of the communication in this message is a little bit all over the place. But she says in it that it progressively got worse. So it was 275. And then it was like, okay, well, how can the process, the journey, the Hansel and Greteling of another person. She literally got away with M word. Now, this might be a different M word. We don't know what that M word stands for because I have blurred it out. But this person went on to say that she literally got away with M word and doesn't care. Doesn't really care to reflect. Doesn't really care to hear anyone's opinion. Is going to do what she wants to do. Go ahead. Say what you want to say. Say what you need to say. I'm going to keep doing me. And it's this brazen in-your-face attitude that we have been seeing on full display this season with Amberlynn. I have said time and time again that I think that this woman's actions are very brazen, given what we know about her track record and what she has done. If there was information about you on the internet about this kind of stuff, and you were just continuing on, involving yourself in drama communities, doing this, doing that, saying what you... I wouldn't show my face ever again on the internet. I certainly, after being involved with this kind of stuff, would not willingly enter a drama community. Deliberately involving yourself with Amberlynn Reid, reaction channels, forums, websites. I mean, it's almost as if it's difficult to comprehend, because do you want to get caught? Do you want shit to be talked about you? Do you want people to see the villainous person that you really have been? I don't know. But she goes on to say, this woman's insane. Nobody understands that. I've been trying to tell people that for years, but apparently this has fallen on deaf ears. Now, this sort of storyline, this sort of thing that we're talking about here, I mean, yes, it's coming to light because this person is now associated with Amberlynn Reid, but in their town where they live, I mean, trying to tell people, coworkers, whatever, obviously it never got in, like, it never came to, no one ever did anything about it. It's like, okay, we all know about it. Well, is anybody going to do anything about it? No. Well, are we gonna address this? Are we gonna try to put a stop to this behavior? Are we gonna talk to this person? Is this person gonna reflect and like, no. No. She goes on to say, she has way too much knowledge with medication and psych diagnoses. Diagnoses. Diagnoses? Would that be the plural? But she has way too much knowledge with psychology and medication to get away with a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Mark my words. And I was just kind of letting this woman talk what she needed to say. And I followed up with her and I said, yeah, it would be bull. It would be bull if she tried to claim like she didn't know what she was doing. That's kind of what we're getting at here. It's one thing as an adult to do something detrimental to your health. It's another thing to do something detrimental to someone else's health. But it's all a different monster altogether when you're deliberately, knowingly doing it. Sometimes people can claim negligence. They can claim ignorance. I was just doing it because it felt good. I just did it. I didn't realize what was happening. This is someone with extensive training and wherewithal in the field of the realm of what we are talking about. So it makes it look even worse that this person is deliberately engaging with this. See what I mean? OGs don't know. Thank you so much for subscribing, or sorry, gifting a subscription on Twitch. Thank you, thank you. Katrina, thank you so much. Her mom posted to Facebook about ditching toxic people. Yeah, that was a while ago. We saw that. Unless you're talking about something new I haven't seen. Thank you so much, Katrina. Tiggies, please stop teasing us. I haven't been teasing. I don't tease. Listen, I tried to tease the audience, and all I did was piss them off. Thank you so much, Tiggies. I'm going to blow my nose real quick. I'm a little bit stuffy. Okay, sorry about that. Hazel, thank you. Happy to see tea spilling right after I got home from work. Everyone say thanks, Jordy. Well, thank you so much, Hazel. Appreciate that behind those hazel eyes. Carissa, hey Carissa, I skipped the gym for this hot tea. Let's go. Well, after listening to all these messages, you might want to go walk on the treadmill or something. Thank you, Carissa. Stephanie Sampson, thank you so much for the super sticker. Alicia, thank you for becoming a member. Bo Bay, I missed you last night. It was a rough night. I'm ready for some laughs. Well, hopefully not being on last night, this makes up for that. Thank you, Bo Bay. Juniper, thank you for 5 months. Appreciate that. Using my freebie message on here to say thank you. I appreciate you being a dual platform member. Thank you so much for being on Twitch and YouTube. Haley Quinn, thank you for becoming a member. We also have You Are Buggin'. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Really very annoying. Thank you. Like the stream. If you guys would just take a quick second, it helps the algorithm and it helps my channel grow. If you guys press the likes, the thumbs up like button on YouTube, if you could just press it real quick, it just takes a second. It could have been done already. It just takes a second. So if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and press the like button. It just takes a second. Tibbs, thank you for becoming a member. Okay, let's continue on with our story. So I said to this woman, so you kind of grew up with her. You guys went to middle school, you went to high school together. When you say that she was vulgar back then, what did you mean about that? Like just typical high school stuff? What was that about? Because she did say earlier that she was a vulgar person. And I always, it's like, middle and high school, obviously people were very different than that. So I don't know, anything else maybe you want to disclose about that? Jordy City of Thieves, thank you for 5 memberships. She knows without a doubt what she's doing, and she knows that she can get away with it. And I thought, why can she get away with it? Because, a lot of you in the chatter right now are pretty outraged. A lot of you in the chat are saying, like, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely not. How can she get away with this kind of stuff? Well, as is with most people in life, connections, money, power. That's how you get away with this kind of behavior. Everyday run-of-the-mill people, just likely would have to face consequences, likely would have to atone for their wrongdoings, would have to face responsibility. This person disclosed to me that they have money, and this person's father had a job that had granted him a lot of connections. So having money, knowing a lot of people within an area, you can kind of sweep stuff under the rug. You can make it go away. You can make it kind of, not matter anymore. So this is sort of the situation that in the past was able to make certain issues that certain people created just go away. Just sweep it under the rug, never to be seen or heard from again. She and my best friend got in a fight. So we talked about this a little bit earlier with the Craigslist thing. Putting someone's information on the internet as a fake advertisement to solicit them for certain services. That is 1,000 different ways illegal. That's 1,000 different ways immoral. That is a nasty way to try to get back at someone or to bring someone. I mean, that's putting someone in a very dangerous situation. But that kind of seems to be the pattern here, putting people in dangerous situations. So and by the way, minors, they're all in high school. So putting a minor's information like this up on Craigslist makes it that much worse. So she goes on to say, this was just more than mean girl behavior. This was just more than this. No, this wasn't just mean girl. This wasn't just Regina George being fed a Caltine bar and, yelling at Katie Heron. This was diabolical. This was something else altogether. This was horrible. So I said that to her. I said, that's messed up. The Craigslist thing, that's messed up. So, did she have to face legal consequences for that? Like, how do you get away with something like that? And, she did just mention the parents have money and they have connections. Now, that can get you pretty far in life, depending on how many connections you have and how much money you have. But it doesn't make you invincible. That's all I'll say. So I asked, were legal consequences faced? Like, what would happen with this? This is awful. So she went on to say, cops were involved. So, okay. She didn't go into too much detail. She didn't really talk about a police report. She didn't talk about them having to go to court. She didn't really give specifics, but she did say that cops were involved. To what extent, we don't know. But then she went on to say, but, ... Daddy, ta-da! Make it all go away. Make the problem not a problem anymore. Oh, you screwed up big time. You did something illegal. You did something immoral. Let me take care of that for you, princess. Let me take care of that for you. Oh, you did something that put you in a situation that's going to be hard to get out of. You shouldn't have done that. But you shouldn't be facing consequences that other people would face. So I'm going to make this go away for you, sweetheart. I'm going to make this go away for you. Cops were involved. Ta-da! A little bit of random information. She does this throughout our conversation. She, I don't want to say goes off topic because I didn't really guide her anyway. I mean, she could say whatever she wanted to me. Said, don't get it twisted. So that, arbitrarily kind of communicated right here. Don't get it twisted. Emily wouldn't be as skinny as she is if she didn't have an abundance. I'm going to block that out. Gonna block that out. But what this person is alleging here is that Emily is skinny for a reason. That she didn't have an abundance of gym memberships. That she didn't have an abundance of, something. Moving on. I asked her again about middle and high school. Emily's skinny. Well, listen, guys. It's all about context, yeah? It's all about subjectivity. It's all about just viewing. So, I mean, if we're talking about people that are 500 plus, 275, whatever, someone that believes that this person is skinny, I mean, in the context of what we are speaking about, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So maybe try to see it through that lens. But again, I asked her about middle and high school, and she goes on to say, she wasn't a tomboy or trans, like some people on the internet are saying. I have seen since this person has been introduced to our cast, people have been saying things like tomboy. People have been saying things like, oh, she looks trans, things like that. She was just a weird goth chick. Okay, so that's who she once was, a weird goth chick. I'm not going to lie, I'm completely rolling over laughing because her world is slowly exploding, and I've been waiting for people to see that this is who she really is. This is what you get for going after a SSBBW who has plenty of followers, and TikTok is basically the #1 app, basically. Sometimes her stupidity just shows. And this is kind of what I was just talking about. It's one thing to do this in clandestine. It is one thing to keep this to yourself and kind of have it be your dirty little secret. It's something that you enjoy doing. You can sort of leave, a trail of bad decisions behind you without bringing it to the forefront of the internet. What this person has done by involving themselves in Amberlynn, which, by the way, she was very well informed of who Amberlynn was, the type of following Amberlynn was, the type of platform Amberlynn has, and the type of followers that Amberlynn has. So to do this and try to be so brazen about it and do it in the face of tens of thousands of people, I agree with her. Sometimes her stupidity just shows. If I had this kind of interest in exploring this and doing this with other people, I wouldn't want it to see the light of day. I wouldn't want people knowing about this. I wouldn't be posting my face on websites and getting involved with public figures, getting involved with people that are involved in drama communities. I mean, we didn't have to coerce this person to do anything. We didn't have to encourage. They all did it for themselves. They took the photos. They uploaded the photos. They were in a relationship with Amberlynn, got into a relationship with Amberlynn. All of that stuff went on with Colleen, and they still, instead of ending the relationship right then and there, still decided to keep Amberlynn in their house. Still decide, even though all of that was thrown in their face. Look at what you did. Look at the evidence that we have. Look at what kind of person this is making you out to be. Look, still decided to stay with Amberlynn. Brazen. Sometimes her stupidity just shows. I think that was a very powerful statement because I think that this person's ballsy. I think that this person has gotten away with a lot in life. Going back to the whole mommy and daddy have things. Mommy and daddy have money. Mommy and daddy have connections. I don't think that this is the type of person that has ever had to face consequences. I don't think that this is the type of person that feels that they should be ashamed of doing some of the depraved, immoral shit that they do to other people. So I think that that's why this person is still on our cast. I think that is why this person still continues to date Amberlynn and still continues to be a part of a drama community. We wouldn't be having this live stream tonight had this person wised up and realized the ramifications of what was going on when we first found those photos on that website. We wouldn't be having this live stream tonight. This person would have never posted this. I would have never seen the TikTok. I would have never reached out to them. We would have never had this conversation. So the fact that more is coming out, I'm just saying, hon, you want to be brazen? You want to think that mommy and daddy can protect you? You want to think that money can get you around consequences in life? Sometimes. Sometimes. Not always. And another thing I want to call attention to is the Iceberg example. This is just what we know, you guys. This time last year, the Amberverse was boring as hell. So boring. So boring. Nothing was going on. Nothing was going on. And then the Erica stuff happened. The Britney stuff happened. She got in a relationship with this person. All of this is coming out. Who is to say that a month from now, someone comes out again, messages me, hey, saw your live stream about that girl and that her ex-wife. Wow, that was crazy, man. So this might come to you by surprise, but I actually want to tell you something too. As we all know, usually when someone comes forward and has something to say, more people get the courage or the willpower to want to come forward to also tell their story. This is brazen. This is ballsy. It's reckless. It's reckless. Stephanie Sampson, thank you. Had to send my first super chat to say I started Ozempic and I was finally able to catch a live. Oh, that's awesome. Good luck to you. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Effing and jeffing, not me eating my first ever crumble cookie waiting for this tea seems appropriate. Enjoy that crumble cookie. Carrie Jean, thank you so much for 2 months. Buzzball Supernova, thank you for 8 months. My favorite Chapel Roan song. 1 month until a baby. We should start calling you Alicia. I like that. I forever take credit for the Hansel and Gretel analogy. Thanks for the laughs. Oh, okay. All right. We'll credit that to you. Thank you, Buzzball. Slurping Soup, thank you, even though you shouldn't have sent that in. Brienne of Tarts, thank you. Jordy, are you afraid of horses? Gracie and I were wondering if being in Pennsylvania, you may be immune to the fear. Large horses, 14 plus hands. I cannot remember why. I've never ridden a horse. I'm not afraid of horses, so to speak. No, they're okay. I'm kind of indifferent to horses. Thank you, Bren. Bronwyn, thank you so much. I got a promotion today. Wanted to share with you guys. Love your stream. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is awesome. Congratulations to you. Thank you for sending that in. Oh my gosh. Water of Life. Hey, Water. I've got an exhibition conference to attend to. I got to be awake in 3 hours. I'll catch you on the flip side. Can't wait to soak up everything in the morning. Okay, well, if you are listening to this now in the morning, hello to you, Water of Life. Have a great day. I really appreciate you sending that in. Shrimp Basket, thank you for becoming a member. Do I get to add together my Twitch months and my YouTube months? No, they're separate. They're separate. They're separate. I am sorry, Shrimp Brisket, but I it registers with me that you're a dual platform member. Okay, so you just mean that much more to me. Rach Danderfield, thank you. What are the cliff notes, please? Oh, baby, you're just gonna have to listen to the whole stream. No cliff notes for this. No cliff notes for this. These screenshots are wild. These screenshots are wild. Did she say why she was forced to sleep in the basement? We will be getting to that shortly. Isabel Schumacher, thank you. Amberlynn, the bedbound rebound. Bedbound rebound. I've never heard that before. Oh my gosh, that's creative. Taylor, thank you. Wild Live indeed. Willow Wren, thank you. Oh, she's for real a psycho. Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming. I like that song. All right, shall we continue? Oh, this is the next screenshot. Oh, by the way, why did she have your ex sleeping in a basement? So this is something that we talked about a little bit earlier. When she moved in with her, she was, being given fast food. She was being given delivery. She was takeout, all that stuff. Why was she sleeping in a basement? Why did you put her in a basement? I mean, you guys are a couple, right? Girlfriend and girlfriend? Why don't you sleep in the same bed like most people do? Because she snored too loud. It was annoying. She snored too loud. All right, bitch. Go in the basement. You're annoying. I need my rest. I need my sleep. I need my 8 hours. Oh, so your health is paramount. You need your 8 hours. You need uninterrupted sleep. But when it comes to someone else's health and well-being, let's be as reckless as we can. Okay. So she was annoying. Too loud. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not dealing with this. Go to the basement. You're gone. Very like Harry Potter sleeping under the staircases. Get in the basement. Go to the basement. So she said that it was because of snoring and that annoyed her. Or she took up too much of the bed. So Hansel and Greteling someone, making them expand horizontally to the point of them being too big for your bed that you need to kick them out because you want more space. Wrap your head around that for a second. Your own doing. Your own decision that has made someone the way that they are. Now that they're your partner and they're sleeping in their bed with you, oh, well, this is becoming too much of a problem. You're loud. I can't sleep with you snoring. And you take up too much of the bed. You know, we all got to remember here, Emily's skinny. Emily's skinny, so she doesn't really need that much of the bed. So the fact that she, being a skinny, still didn't have enough room on the bed, I mean, that kind of is Emily showing her work, so to speak. Another little tidbit arbitrarily thrown in information here is that she used to enjoy the ex-wife going about her daily routine, walking around the house, doing whatever around the house, N-word. I want you to do this while N-word. So I'm sure that Amberlynn is doing it too. Something that she used to enjoy. Something she used to look at. I want you to be this while you're in my house. N-word. Nice. I'm not sure what is said underneath this gray block right here, but I would like to think, love the ex-wife to walk around nicely. Nicely. So I was a little bit confused earlier about the thing of the Facebook messages. So I was like, when you're talking about, so I already explained it. The way I explained it previously in this stream is the way that it went down. That's the way that I wanted to communicate it to you. That's like the end take of it. But I'm including this screenshot because I was a little bit confused. I was like, when you said that you got into her messages, I kind of took that as she somehow got into her Facebook account. So I asked her, did you hack in? Or was it like a conversation that you guys had? Was she willing to flirt with you even though she was with your ex at the time? And she said, no. So she clarified for me here and said, no, I used my own Facebook. I flirted with her and I sent her N-word. Maybe a different N-word. Maybe, I don't know. Nachos. So she went in and DM'd a photo of Nachos. Actually, she would probably get off on that. Maybe Nachos isn't the best. Okay, y'all understand. She went in, she sent in N-word to Emily. But she wasn't interested because at the time she was getting her revenge body. Remember that this woman lost weight after the ex-wife separated and eventually divorced her. She went and lost weight. So she was losing weight at the time. After that ex-wife had moved out and she was living with her, this woman began to lose weight herself. She began to find herself. That's awesome when people are able to escape a relationship and be able to fight for their life again. And this is exactly what this woman did. So she was losing weight at the time. And remember, they were seeing each other at work. So Emily wasn't really that interested. It's like, okay, so what? You're somebody that's losing weight? That's kind of not my thing. So the fact that she was losing weight and she was trying to flirt with her, wasn't really interested. It's like, oh, you don't look the best. What are you trying to do? Get down to like a size 6? Like, no, this isn't cute. I don't like this whole like weight loss thing. This isn't ick. So the photos that she was trying to capture Emily with at the time, they weren't working. So she decided, okay, I have some saved photos of when I was a lard ass, so I'll send those photos. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll get the ammunition I need. Maybe that will get a rise out of my ex-wife. So I sent her a photo of when I was bigger, and she went crazy and told me how beautiful I was. Oh my God. So the skinny pics didn't work. The skinny pics are no good. The skinny pics are no. Gross. Ew. Gross. Ugh. Take your Bella Hadid body and get out of here. Ick. Sent in some retros. Sent in some old pics. Said, hey, well, I mean, here's me with a floor touching fupa. What do you think about that, babe? How do you feel about that? Huh? Does that get you licking your lips? And it worked. It worked. When she sent those photos of her being big, yes, big. I'll hold up the sticker. When she began to send the photos of when she was big, that's when she was able to get the response out of Emily that she wanted. She didn't go into detail here, but what I would imagine she did was she took those messages and she threw them in the ex-wife's face and said, look, the girl that you left me for, I got her to flirt with me. So that was a way to get back at Emily, and it was a way to get back at her ex-wife simultaneously. 2 birds with 1 stone, so to speak. Fred Mercure, thank you so much for 50. Really, Fred is a feeder, but he's a membership feeder. He's a financial feeder. Those are okay. 50 gifted memberships just now. We now have 50 new shorties in the chat. Thank you so much for doing that, Fred. I appreciate that more than you know. Oh my goodness, that is insanely generous of you. In addition to 50 super chats, Fred has also sent in an extremely generous donation. Thank you so much for the super chat, the memberships. I really appreciate your support on my channel, Fred. Thank you so much for being here. Oh God. Thank you. Can we get some green emojis, some green hearts, something of the sort in the chat for Fred's generosity? Thank you so much, Fred. Oh my gosh. I really appreciate that. So the story continues with them having Facebook messages, sending pictures. I was losing weight. I was starting to look better. She wasn't really interested. So then I sent her pictures of when I looked worse, and then she was interested. Okay. She goes on to say, I told her about 5 years ago, don't F with me. Do not screw with me. Don't come in the middle of my marriage. Don't make a fool out of me. Don't take what you think is yours. Don't intervene where you don't need to be intervening. Because I will. I will ruin your life. And I won't even lay a finger on you. I don't need to... I don't need to get physical. I don't need to... All I have to do is tell the truth. I don't have to put a finger on you. I don't have to threaten you. I don't have to say anything untrue about you. I don't have to make up stuff. All she had to do was to accomplish what she wanted to accomplish in communicating all of this is she needed to tell her story. She needed to talk about what happened. She needed to say what she needed to say. And this is exactly what has been going on. All she wanted to do was tell her story. I still stand strong to my word today. So I hope all this information helps you and you share it with everyone. But I'm not going to get on cam. She would definitely take legal action against me. And she knows what town I moved to. 4 years ago when I got with my current wife, which is ironically one of her old stomping grounds. So, like I said, Amberlynn's girlfriend and the woman whose text messages we read from today, they have extensive history. They go all the way back to middle school, maybe even before that. They have known each other close to, if not more than 20 years. So Emily knows exactly who this is. She knows exactly what she did, whose life she ruined, whose life that she tried to turn upside down. I mean, all of this. So she feels that this person would take legal action against her because she knows all about her. Here's what I have to say to that. As we know from Alexis, Amberlynn has information about me. So, I don't know. Will I be contacted by an attorney for this live stream? Will I be contacted by a lawyer for saying what I'm saying? I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Amberlynn has my information. She went onto a website and paid to get info about me. So this person is worried about legal action being taken against them. Here's what I'll say about that. And Amberlynn likes to throw these words around sometimes. She threw it around recently in a video that we all watched. She likes to say, I know that defamation and slander and harassment, like all of these terms are being thrown around and la 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 la. So I think that I covered my tracks pretty well in this live stream. I blurred out what needed to be blurred out. I said what needed to be said. I used the word allegedly when I needed to use the word allegedly. So I'll be able to sleep tonight knowing what I disclosed to all of you and that it was in good faith. Because after listening to this story, I hope that you guys would agree with me when I say that this kind of behavior being done in such a brazen manner for everyone to see, who are you going to be mad at? Her? Me? The chat? The people on the forums? Other reaction channels? Who are you going to be mad at? Who do you really want to point the finger at and say, this is your fault? I think that the blame here is reserved for one person and one person only. This is a pattern. It has happened before. It is continuing to happen as we speak, Amberlynn is not uploading to YouTube. Now, after the story that you guys just read through with me on live stream just now, does this sound like the type of household that would be encouraging to someone with the mental health state that we know Amberlynn to have? Knowing how vulnerable and precarious Amberlynn is in terms of mental health, do we think that this is the type of situation, the type of person that she should be around? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I'll tell you this, her not uploading to YouTube, she technically is telling the truth, because she has been telling us recently that this is because of mental health. There's a lot going on. She doesn't really know what to think. She doesn't really know what to do. She really doesn't. I would be thinking the same thing, Amber. I would be thinking the same thing. Because if you're in this situation that you've placed yourself in, hun, remember, you're 33 years old. You're an adult. You can do what you want. I mean, I would be shitting myself too. I would be worried. What will happen after this? I don't know. Is a story like this enough to wake Amberlynn up to do something about what is so heinously occurring in front of the entire internet? I don't know. I would like to think it is. But as I have always communicated to you guys, there is a golden rule in girl world. And in that rule, it states that the girls don't leave. Their partners can do the most heinous, immoral, screwed up, crazy stuff, and they will still stay. Because having a partner, having a companion, having someone by their side, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Oh, she did this. Oh, she did that. Oh, she likes this. Oh, she likes that. Okay, what? No big deal. Not a big deal. Whatever. Okay. No. And then comes the rationalization process. And then comes the justification. And then comes all of the mental gymnastics of Amberlynn reading through this all and telling herself a bunch of different excuses as to why this is all bull. Why this is all bull. And the internet just doesn't want to see her happy. Wake up, Amber. Wake up. Because if you keep doing what you're doing and you continue on this trajectory with this person, pretty soon you're not going to have the opportunity to wake up. Gianna, thank you. Happy to catch you live. Currently in postpartum, having a second baby girl. Glad. Oh, congratulations to you. That is incredible. Thank you so much for sending that in, Gianna. Bobe, thank you. It's scary that a nurse is doing this, a healthcare professional that we're supposed to trust, and we can't. Off topic, did you ever watch Smile 2? I agree with you. A healthcare professional doing this makes it all that worse. Smile 2, I didn't like it. I thought it was stupid. I like the original Smile. I don't like the direction that they took it in. I don't. With like the pop star and like, no. I was ashamed because not ashamed. I was disappointed because I was really looking forward to it. Grim Feeder, thank you. All I have to say is bull. Bull! Lot of bull tonight. Ham Hawk Barbs, thank you. Fuck Christmas. Oh my god, yeah. If you guys don't know, there's kind of, I mean, I don't know if I would call it a meme necessarily, but oh my gosh, there's this old clip that we looked at recently of Melania Trump talking about how she doesn't care about Christmas. If you guys are on Twitter, check out my page, because on my recently retweeted tweets, There is a little video that someone made of like a mashup of Mariah Carey's song with Melania saying, "Who gives a fuck about Christmas?" Oh my god, it's comedy gold. It is comedy gold. I love it. Thank you so much for that, Ham Hawk Barbs. Super chats are not tips 1109. Thank you. She can't lose her job. She has to pay child support. How much is child support? I don't know. That's interesting. Interesting topic of discussion to bring up. Grim Feeder, thank you. Don't forget to like the stream, girls. 6.1K. If you guys would please like the stream, I would appreciate it while you are still here. It just takes a second. It helps my audience grow. It helps the algorithm. It helps everything of the sort. So if you are listening to this right now and you can just take a quick second to press the thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. Well, that concludes the tale of what has been going on with Amberlynn and her current girlfriend. Now, while this doesn't shed light on the situation itself and what exactly has been taking place with Amberlynn, I think that this is a more in-depth look at someone that has had firsthand experience with Amberlynn's girlfriend. And it's scary. It's a very scary thought. Obviously, I'm not Amberlynn's biggest fan. Obviously, if you are watching this, you are not Amberlynn's biggest fan. The internet as a whole is not Amberlynn's biggest fan. However, I would like to think that the amount of dislike that anyone has for Amberlynn on the internet, it pales into comparison to someone being put in this position and potentially meeting the end, is interested in this kind of thing. This is evil. This is dark. This is incorrigible. This is 1,000 ways just terrible. I don't want to see Amberlynn continue to be with this person. I don't want to see a series finale. I think that Amberlynn was on a good track maybe 6 or 7 months ago. She was taking Ozempic. She was eating less. She was able to take off some weight. It was working for her. And then all of a sudden, she stopped taking Ozempic. You can't tell me that that's a coincidence. You cannot tell me, based on the context of everything we know about this situation, that that was just a coincidence. Ozempic curbs appetite. Ozempic prevents people from overeating. It's absolutely just terrible to see all this play out in our community. Fred, oh my goodness, Fred has gifted an additional 60, 10, and then 50, 60 gifted memberships just now. Fred has just given 110 gifted memberships on YouTube. Oh my gosh, it is crazy to wrap my head around that. I'm truly at a loss for words. Thank you so much for feeding my community, Fred. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Oh. More super chats on top of that. Fred has sent in, if we get this to 2,000 likes, I might feed you dainty girls with some more memberships. Oh my gosh. And he followed through with his word. He definitely followed through with his word. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for that, Fred. Oh my goodness. Really appreciate you modding on here as well. This has been just really, really nice of you to do. I really appreciate that, Fred. Oh my goodness. In addition, Fred also just sent in another super chat, And it said, watching the chat get foul of members tickles. Watching the chat get foul of members tickles me. Oh my gosh. Well, with all of the massive amounts of memberships that have come in, oh my gosh. Thank you so much for that, Fred. Oh my gosh. We'll have to chat soon. Thank you, Fred. On top of this, Vicky G has followed suit with 50 gifted memberships herself. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for doing that, Vicky. I would love to see more green hearts and the Argentina flag spammed in the chat for Vicky and Mr. Mercure. Oh my goodness. 50 gifted memberships. Vicky, thank you so much for doing that. That is insanely generous of you. Wow. Oh my gosh. On top of that, Vicky had to say, gonna have to be with the replay gang this time, but let me join Fred real quick. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for doing that, Vicky. I really appreciate all of the generosity that you have brought to my channel over the past couple months. That is, oh my gosh. I really appreciate it. I am so glad that you guys enjoy my channel and the entertainment to the extent that you want to be that generous with your money. I really appreciate that, Vicky. Thank you, thank you. I will die for the truth. Thank you for becoming a member. Jordy, there's a movie called Feed, and this reminds me of it. Apparently only viewable on the dark web. I can't seem to watch it. Oh, I've never heard of that. A movie that's only available on the dark web. That sounds like a movie that I don't know if I want to watch. I've been on the dark web before. I've seen some things on there I don't care for. Maybe I'll just take your word for it that it's an interesting movie. Mary, thank you. In her message to you, she said the BD was 350 to 400. BD equals baby daddy. Love you, George. I missed that. Let's go back. Let's go back. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, sometimes hey, listen, y'all, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I miss things. You know, as much as I would like for you all to think that I'm perfect, I'm not. I'm not. All right, 350 to 400. Where's the screenshot? Here it is. BD was damn near 350 to 400. We've talked about this before. We've never been given a number, but we know that this person... this person, like... the post that I remember, it's been a while. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it recently, so I am paraphrasing here. But basically, this person does, like... wrestling. Like, sort of like WWE style wrestling. And they have a stage name. This person has a stage name when they go to compete in their little tournaments. I don't exactly know if it's like fake wrestling or performative wrestling. Sorry, gunshot drawer. But this person has a stage name, and their stage name, ironically, after all that we've learned about in today's stream, their stage name is The Crusher. The Crusher. You cannot make this up. You would think that this was scripted. You would think that this was... I mean, seriously, everything that I have talked about... some of you are probably just listening, like, jaws on the floor, hands over your mouth. I mean, just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah, The Crusher. The Crusher. Oh, gosh. Abracadabra, thank you for becoming a member. If I had a little wand, I'd point it at you. Grim Feeder, thank you. I am yucking this yum. You know what? I say a lot. We shouldn't yuck yum. This should be yucked. This yum should be yucked. I second that. Tristan Sartain, thank you. Just got here. What's the TLDR? Well, you sent this over an hour ago, so I'm hoping that by now you've caught up a bit and you know the gist. Thank you, Tristan. Chemical Poison, thank you. First time catching a live. Hello from Ireland. Hello to you. Thank you so much for sending that in. Hello to you from the States. Dangling Elbow. Thank you so much. But guys, if we knew what ALR knew, we'd be like, oh. Yeah. If you guys knew the full story, if you guys knew what was actually going on, you would be like, oh. Yeah. Her quick attempt at trying to absolve this girl of any wrongdoing did not succeed. Katie Bird has gifted 20 gifted memberships just now. Look at all of this. New members. Hey. Can we get some bird emojis in the chat for Katie Bird's generosity? Thank you so much for modding on my channel, Katie Bird. I really appreciate you contributing to 20 new members joining. Welcome, guys. Happy to have you as a shorty. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Bird emojis in the chat. Create an aviary. Oh my gosh. Grim Feeder, thank you. Tommy, more like Fed Bundy. Fed Bundy. Oh my god. That's... that... Oh my gosh, Fed Bundy. That's cute. If you guys have any more play on words of serial unalivers relating to food, I would love to read them. Bananas in pajamas, thank you. Replay gang, considering it is 2:30 in South Africa. Please include the live chat in your re-upload. Thank you so much for sending that in. By the way, you guys, when a live stream goes up on YouTube, after I end this live stream, it of course will be uploaded as a VOD to YouTube. But the live stream, everything that was said in the chat when the live occurred, it sometimes takes YouTube some time to process it. So whenever a live goes up and then the chat isn't immediately with it, sometimes it needs up to I think it's 24 hours to upload. So you're not always able to see the chat. I have it enabled in my YouTube settings so that you guys are able to have the chat, but it's not on my end. I can't do anything. I'm not able to upload. I am not able to make it more available any quicker. John Wayne Gravy. The Zodiac Feeder. Patrick Bateman. John Wayne Pastry. Oh my gosh. Do we have one for Dahmer? Well, no, Dahmer 8 people, so maybe he's probably most on brand. Oh my gosh. John Wayne Gravy. Oh my gosh. Scrub Mommy, thank you so much for the Prime subscription. Good old Scrub Mommy. I've used you in the sink a time or two. My husband! Thank you for the super chat. Here's both my and my husband's super chat V cards. I got him into Girl World when we were still dating. We absolutely love you and your channel. Thank you from both of us for being your real and funny stuff. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the very generous donation. I appreciate your super card, even if it... I've never taken a super chat V card from 2 people at once, but I'm glad that there's a first for everything. Thank you so much for that. Missing, thank you for your 3-month membership. Appreciate that. Oh, looks like I have froze on the screen. Oh gosh, let me refresh that in just a second. Back. Ta-da. Mommy and Daddy. Ta-da. Grim Feeder, thank you. 50 Shades of Gravy. Grim Feeder out here with more puns. I love it. Feedy Blanchard. Feedy Blanchard. Oh my gosh. Fish Eater, thank you. Forget the Grim Reaper. Emily is a devil. Well, they like using those devil horns. They like using those little devil horns. So I don't know if that's just a way for them to be additionally brazen. I don't know. Thank you for 4 months. Anna Korn, hi. Hansel and McGriddling. Hansel and McGriddle. Hansel and McGriddle. Oh my gosh. I haven't had McDonald's breakfast in a minute. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for that, Anna. That's hysterical. Cowboy Dog, hello. Moonchausen. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. I've seen people always say this about Eugenia. I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly. Mooncausen by pastry. Because it's normally by proxy. That's cute. That's cute. Oh my god. Jordy's curved thumb. There he is again. Jeffrey Tomer. Hannah Bull Lecter. Fetty Krueger. Hannah Bull Lecter. Oh my god. Bull! Hannah Bull! Jordy's curved thumb. I give you an A+. Mitchell Howe, thank you. Thank you for entertaining me while down with pneumonia. Got here late. Are we talking about Emily? We were. I'm so sorry to hear that you have pneumonia. Oh gosh. Hoping for a swift recovery for you, Mitchell. Thank you so much for sending that in. Lots of rest. Jordy City of Thieves, thank you for the gifted memberships as well as the super chat. We need to get Jordy a crown for this one. A crown for me? Well, who knows? Maybe I can go to Burger King and get one of those crowns. Does anyone know? Do they still give out crowns? Like if I were to go to Burger King and say like, hey, can I have a crown? That paper crown? That would probably be more on brand if I were to do a Burger King crown. Thank you, Jordy City of Thieves. Jasna K, thank you for your membership. Bottom Frag Becky, thank you so much for your Prime subscription. Appreciate that. Jamie, thank you so much. So did the ex-wife pass? I don't believe so. They broke up, obviously. I don't believe so. So I guess that is like the silver lining of the story. Molly, thank you so much for the super sticker. Appreciate you doing that. Crocker, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, Jordy, for the much needed receipts. Love Harlow and Poe. Hello to Harlow and Poe. Give them some ear scratches for me. Thank you so much for sending that in, Crocker. I really appreciate you being here again. Thank you. Mitchell Howe, thank you again. She needed her CPAP. Yeah, I mean, I guess if she was snoring like that, I mean, untreated sleep apnea, being a morbidly obese person with untreated sleep apnea, that's playing with fire. If you're someone that is morbidly obese watching this right now, and you've been told that you snore and you don't sleep with a CPAP, please see a doctor. I really encourage you to do so. Kate Tails, thank you. I've been really low and not up to joining streams or watching lately. I'm glad I'm feeling a bit better today because this is wild. Oh, well, thank you for checking in with us, Kate Tails. Hey, you know what? Hey, sometimes live streams aren't for everybody. Pick it up and put it down as you see fit. Thank you so much for being here, though. I really appreciate you, Kate. Lizzie. Hi, Lizzie. Skinny and likes crushing. How much room did she need? Well, maybe she didn't like it all the time. Maybe it was kind of like, all right, during certain times, this is fun, this is entertaining. But when I'm trying to get to bed to get my 8 hours so that I can work in the morning, this isn't cute. Get out of my room. Back to the basement. Carissa Marshall, thank you. Emily's favorite type of toy is a weighted blanket. Oh my gosh. She's taking weighted blanket to the extreme. Oh my gosh. Emily's favorite toy is a weighted blanket. Oh my god, that's hysterical. Yeah, Amber, maybe you can get her that for Christmas. Maybe that's a Vlogmas idea that you can do. Oh my god. Sammy, hi Sammy. Is there any proof for this, or is it all alleged? A lot of these big claims and gossipy claims being made, all this person seems unreliable and a little crazy. Well, like I said at the beginning of the stream, all of this is alleged. This is said to me by someone that I reached out to, based on someone that knew her in her personal life. You are free to believe that this is unreliable, this is crazy, this is all made up. That's your prerogative. All I'm doing here today is platforming a person that had a story to tell. Personally, I don't think that this person had any reason to lie or to benefit from telling this story. I did not pay this person to tell this story. I did not financially benefit them in any way. I didn't make them promises. So everything that they said to me today was on their own free will, on their own volition. And also toward the end of this, they also said, I hope you share this with everyone. So, yeah. If you find this to be far-fetched, if you find this to not be truthful, if you find this to be crazy, if you find this all to be, whatever, go ahead. But regardless, thank you for the super chat. Simply Cheryl, hello. 7,000 in the chat, baby. 7,000. Can we get over 9? I'll do my Goku impression. Thank you, Cheryl. Hypertensive Tomato, thank you. 7,000 in the chat. Congrats to my favorite. Oh, you guys are liking pointing that out. Thank you so much for doing that, Hypertensive Tomato. Good old Hypertensive Tomato. Jordy City of Thieves. Fred is that dude. Fred is certainly that dude. I really appreciate Fred. And you. Thank you so much, Jordy City of Thieves. Oh, boy. Bedbound and Beyond. Bedbound and Beyond. That's funny because we've been calling Chantal Buzz Lightyear recently. Gracie. Hi, Gracie. Oh, you made your way back. Nice to see you, Gracie. All right, Poached Egg. Listen up. Leaving is not defeat. You're on a buzzball straight to the basement ward. Run like I did. Fatrick Bateman isn't a caretaker. She's your Silent Hill nurse. Silent Hill nurse. Oh my God. Silent Hill is such a it's such a creepy little movie, but it really does set the stage for the kind of stuff that we're talking about. Oh my gosh. You're on a buzzball straight to the basement. I hope Amberlynn takes this seriously. I hope she begins to take this seriously. Spooky Queen 13, thank you so much for 3 months. Got a few free now with Prime. Oh, well, thank you for using your Amazon Prime on my channel. I appreciate that, Spooky. Nah, those Silent Hill nurses were hot. Silent Grill. Oh my gosh, do you think that they can make a sequel horror film to Silent Hill? Silent Grill? Oh my gosh. Y'all are bringing the puns tonight. It's Vegeta. Oh, I'm sorry. Here I was trying to sound like I'm cool when I know things about Dragon Ball Z. It was Vegeta. Ugh. Emerald. You shouldn't have clocked me like that. You should have done that in private. You could have DM'd me later and said, hey, listen. It was actually... You had to do it in front of everybody. Ugh. Making me look silly. Aqua! Have you ever thought about covering HRH Collection? I've made one video about her. I watch HRH Collection's videos. I think that HRH is slowly becoming more and more unhinged. I used to think for a very long time that HRH Collection was playing a character. I thought that she was just a troll. I really didn't think that she meant a lot of the things that she said. Over the past couple months, I have kind of changed my opinion on that. I don't think she's playing a character. I think what she says is what she means, and maybe even a little bit more so. In terms of covering her, it's difficult because a lot of her content is just her screaming obscenities. It's hard to react to that kind of content. Also with her, a lot of her content is politically motivated and she has a lot to say about politics. So at this time, that's not really something that I'm interested in covering on my channel. So as a whole, probably not, but I do keep up on her. Thank you so much, Aqua. OGs Oh No, thank you so much for 5 gifted memberships on Twitch. I really appreciate you doing that. That was really generous of you. Thank you so much. Oh, geez. Oh, yes. Lucy. Hi, Lucy. After the last tea rain, Alexis came out with the I can't see her in this relationship. Do you think she would do something now? I don't think that Alexis and Amberlynn have the same friendship that they had prior to everything that happened when Alexis had a reaction channel. Maybe they talk, but maybe it's very like surface level information. Like, oh, hey, what's up? Maybe like talking about something. I don't think that they have that like spilling the tea, FaceTime for 6 hours kind of relationship that they used to have. I don't think that Alexis cares to intervene. I don't think that she cares to try to help Amber. She's tried to do it before. She got spat on. If I were her, I wouldn't be trying again. So, in short, my answer to your question is no. Melissa Spenbar, thank you. I just joined. Can you quickly explain those texts? I would encourage you to watch the stream from the beginning. I don't think that these texts have a quick explanation to them. Thank you so much for sending that in, though, Melissa. Mandy. Hey, Mandy. Thank you so much for gifting a subscription on Twitch. Good old Mandy. Thank you for modding as well. Ineffable Mars. Thank you. Ambi was doomed from the start, unfortunately. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that we are past the point of no return. There is no way of changing things. But a lot of people are saying that this is her karma for the things that she has done in her life. I mean, she deserves to be shacked up with someone like this. I don't know. I don't know if she's beyond the point of no return. It gives me a little bit of sliver of hope when I see things like in our series happen when she gets on medications like Ozempic and she loses some weight. And I don't know. But I mean, I've been taken around the cycle. I've been around the block many times with Amber. So you could be right. Melt337, thank you so much for your Prime subscription. Really appreciate you becoming a Twitch member. Hello, hello. Anna Mendez, thank you. Jordy, what a story. Chat was hilariously creative names for the feeder. Amber does not care. She ain't worried. Should we care for her? I would. Wouldn't you? I mean, to know all of this information and continue to stay in the situation that you're in, that would just be a level of depression, in my opinion, that is bad. Because if you really don't care about your life that much to stay in a situation that you know is deliberately harmful, and she placed herself there. It isn't like that this just like happened onto her. It's not like she was thrown into this position. Shit, she had her mom drive her across the country to put herself in this position. Should we care for her? Well, that's kind of what the community does. I mean, call it caring, call it snarking, call it discussion, call it what you want. But it seems like at this point in time, we do care more than she does. Oh, gosh. Molly, thank you. The baby daddy needs the file for full custody. This person should not have any involvement in raising. Well, if it gives you any peace of mind, Molly, it has already been disclosed to us that she does not have any custody and that the BD actually does have full custody. So there's some peace of mind for you. Gracie, thank you. We need an interview with the Crusher. Do you think that he'll make me wrestle him? All right, if you can beat me in a round of wrestling, then I'll do your interview with you. Oh boy. Well, I'm only 5'10", 180, so I don't know how well I would do in that situation. So I wouldn't want to get on his bad side. I also don't think that the Crusher would be interested in talking to me, seeing as how intimately he is involved with this person. So thank you, Gracie. Pigmented, hello. Someone said Ed Gain. Ed Gain. Oh my gosh. Short, sweet, and simple. I love it. Jordy's wrestling name. I don't know. Deja Vu. Hello, Deja. Love the tea. How believable were they? Any proof? I mean, you know, this kind of goes off of what I just said to the other super chat. This is all alleged. This is all someone that I reached out to. This is so I mean, again, it's just a story. If you guys want to believe that this is total BS, this is made up and everything. I mean, I've said what I needed to say regarding that. But thank you so much, Deja. I really appreciate it. Delaney, thank you for the super sticker. Tracy Saporito. I'm a nurse, Jordy. This is criminal. She needs her license. Maybe since she got Amber a necklace, she needs to wear some silver bracelets. And I'm talking about handcuffs. Yeah. Maybe if she's in the position to be buying jewelry, she shouldn't be buying a necklace. She should be buying some silver bracelets in the form of handcuffs. I like that, Tracy. That was snarky. I really like that. That was cute. Thank you, Tracy. Oh my gosh, you guys kill me. You kill me. Jax McCat, thank you. I don't know. Put a pair of aviator glasses on the feeder and she'd look like Feedy Dahmer. Feedy Dahmer. Oh my gosh. I know exactly what kind of glasses you're talking about too. Like the thick wire on the top. Oh God. Feedy Dahmer. Hefty Epstein. Well, Jeffrey's crimes are a little bit different than what we're talking about here. But I appreciate the pun. Juniper Deer, thank you so much for those bits. Bells, hey Bells, thank you Katie Bird. I've been wanting a membership. Oh, well thank you again to Katie Bird for gifting memberships. Bells is really appreciative of it. Thank you so much, Bells. Fadnama Pondu, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Fadnama. Oh gosh. Feedy Blanchard. Mitchell Howe, hey. Never would be seen as safe in the corn. Oh, in the calm, sorry. Neither would be seen as safe in the calm. I'm a little bit lost. I'm not exactly sure what your super chat means. If someone can help catch me up to what that means. I'm a little bit lost on that one. Neither would be seen as safe in the calm. Thank you so much, Mitchell. I'm sorry. Jax McCat, thank you again. The Golden Arches Killer. Why did you eat a 20-piece McNugget? It answers Instagram questions or else it gets the hose again. Phil Bill. Phil Bill. Phil Bill might be my favorite. Oh my God. Phil Bill. Oh my God. Amy Drury, thank you. BLT instead of BTK. That's a good one too. The BTK. BLT instead of BTK. You guys. Oh my God. BLT. Okay. BLT and Phil Bill might be my top two. The Incredible Bulk. The Incredible Bulk. Oh my God. This is taking me out. Y'all are going to take me out. Sarah, thank you. Sleep apnea is no joke. I'm 250 and I stop breathing 80 times in an hour. That's scary. That is scary. Yeah, it is. Sleep apnea is no joke. If you are someone that has very bad issues with snoring, I really encourage you to see a doctor about it. It can really give you your life back. I mean, in terms of like giving you more energy and I think it affects your metabolism as well. I think that your metabolism kind of goes to shit if you have a bad sleep apnea condition. Thank you, Sarah. Grim Feeder, thank you again. Mad Hatter, thank you so much for those bits. Would the would the ex-wife want to talk about Emily? The only way that I would be able to reach out to that person is through the person that I already had a discussion with. I don't know if they are amicable. I don't know if they speak, but she said her current wife. So I think that implies that she got remarried. If the person I spoke to doesn't feel comfortable reaching out to their ex-partner about this kind of drama, I don't blame them because they're an adult. They've moved on. They have a new marriage. I could definitely inquire about it, but in terms of that person wanting to talk to me or to the community, I don't know. That drawer is a regular guest. I know it keeps happening. It's just a part of it's, we have certain things around here, just incidentals. Grim Feeder, thank you. Pylene Warness, Gary Fridgeway. The hills have fries. Oh, that's a good one. The hills have fries. Bad in the best way. BJ Puck, thank you. The hills have pies. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that kind of stinks that came right before your super chat because it kind of took your thunder. Oh, the hills have pies. Cute, still cute. Twinkie Store, thank you so much for your Prime subscription. There you are, Twinkie. We were worried about you. Who knew? All along, Twinkie was on Twitch. Thank you so much, Twinkie. Tegan, hi Tegan. Do we know if Amberlynn is at the same house with Emily that the ex-wife was being forced to sleep in the basement? Love to you and the shorties. Well, what was that? 4 years ago? I don't know. Maybe. It's possible. It's possible that in the past 4 years she's moved again. Simple answer to your question, I don't know. It could be. Diane Castaneda, thank you so much for the super sticker. Really appreciate you, Diane. Thank you. I hope Twinkie isn't in the basement. Oh, God. I can't listen to that dog bark. Put it in the basement. Oh, I would be enraged. Really very annoying. Thank you again. Crocker, thank you again. Harlow and Poe said nothing is quick in girl world except jumping into relationships and eating food. That Harlow and Poe are very wise. Yes, nothing is quick in girl world. We don't move very quickly unless it's to go to a drive-thru or to move in with someone. Thank you, Crocker. Luna Lightfoot, appreciate those bits. John Wake Gainsey. Munchausen syndrome. Albert Fish and Chips. Silence of the Lamb Chops. Silence of the Lamb Chops. Oh my gosh, we might have to have a horror movie marathon. Silence of the Lamb Chops followed with The Hills Have Fries. Oh my gosh, Kelly Darling, the chat is hilarious. I'm crying in the basement. Crying in the basement, crying in the club. Just a whole lot of tears are being shed everywhere. Katrina Rose, thank you. Tom's gives Casey Anthony vibes. Oh. Yikes. Oh, God. Casey Anthony, what a piece of work. Stardust, thank you. Is this person willing to share more? I'm wondering if they'd have any insight on the pets and how they are being treated. This person is not directly involved in Emily's life, so everything that we have talked about is kind of information that happened a few years ago. In terms of the current living situation with pets, I highly doubt that they would know that. In terms of them being willing to share more, maybe. As you guys can see here on the screen, I said I might be following up with a question or two later. So I basically said that to them at the end of our conversation to kind of leave it open-ended. Like maybe if I wanted to come back later and say like, oh, hey, by the way, like maybe. We'll see. Allie's Pass, thank you. I'm a law student, hopefully going to be a public defender. A first thought, no way it's a crime, but her being a psych nurse with history, whole new ball game. Silent sip on the McDonald's Diet Coke. That's what I have to say to that. Thank you so much, Allie. Good luck to you in the remainder of your law school time and your bar exam. Thank you so much for sending that in. Devin Kelly, thank you. Just wanted to immortalize Jason Force Feeds. Jason Force Feeds. Oh my God. These are, oh my God. Five Nights at Freddy's. Gulp Fiction. Gulp Fiction. That's cute. Gulp Fiction. Oh my God. That's hysterical. Big Gulp Fiction. Big Gulp Fiction. When I was in college, I used to have a Big Gulp. Is that the big ass freaking wait, you know what? I think I have one. Oh my God, I do. I have one. It's not exactly a big gulp, but it's like it's the same kind of thing. Hold on. So I saw this one time and I was like, this is hysterical. I have to have it. I don't drink my slushies out of this, but I have a Big Gulp. Look. It's the Sheetz brand Big Gulp. It's called the Thirst Destroyer. Oh, not to be confused with the Crusher. This is the Thirst Destroyer. So yeah, I have a Big Gulp. So yeah, in America, this is what we do. Americans take their Thirst Destroyers and their Big Gulps into gas stations and fill them up with soda and slushies and drink all of it. So I think that this thing is like 64 ounces, I want to say. How do I open this thing? Ugh. It has dust on it. I haven't used it in so long. Ugh. I don't even remember when I bought. Oh, you twist it. I'm so stupid. No, it doesn't twist either. And y'all think I can wrestle the Crusher? I can't even open the Thirst Destroyer. You think I'm going to beat the Crusher for an interview? I give up. I'm tired of looking stupid. Sophie Rain, thank you. Extra Buffalo Bill. I love buffalo sauce. That's probably my favorite dipping sauce. I'm definitely watching that movie, Sophie. Planet of the Grapes. Oh, nothing to do with fruit. Come on, no fruits and veggies. Come on. Keep it heinous. Danny Lynn, thank you. Appreciate your super sticker. Mitchell Howe, thank you again. Neither Amber nor Emily would be seen as safe in the KINK community. Oh, okay. So that was a typo. Got you. When you said COM, that must be either that was a typo or that was an acronym for something that I don't know. But yeah, I agree with you. There's a lot of ways to explore those kind of interests. This is not one of them. Thank you, Mitchell. Danny Lynn, thank you. Feeding of the Ams instead of Silence of the Lambs. Oh, AMBS, like Amber. Oh, Feeding of the Ams. Oh my gosh. Well, that implies that there's more than one. More than one Amber? Oh boy. Look out. Alley Cat commentary, thank you. Carla Hamolka. Carla Hamolka. Apparently that's a Canadian reference. I personally don't know who that is, but apparently our friends in the Great White North might know what that means. Oh, gosh. Kate Tails, thank you again. The girls always call the haters dumb basement dwellers, but y'all are ridiculously clever. They could only dream of being as quick-witted as the people in Jordy's chat. I think that the people in the chat are hysterical. I think that we have an insanely entertaining chat. The comedy, I mean, very rarely is there drama in our chats. Very rarely is there, like, you know, toxicity. I mean, it's always a good time. It's always fun. I think that everybody kind of has a mutual understanding that we come here to spill tea. We come here to be entertained. We come here to have a good laugh. Any bull that happens in everyday life, kind of just leave that at the door, you know? I agree with you. Thank you so much for that. Aisha. Hey, Aisha. Thank you so much for stopping in. How you doing? Good morning, Jordy. Like and subscribe, everybody. All right. Here's a reminder from Aisha herself. If you wouldn't mind, just press the thumbs up button. Just takes a second. And subscribe to the channel. We are getting close to 70,000 subscriptions. We are entering into a new bracket. How exciting. How exciting. 70,000 subscribers. Pretty soon. I would encourage you guys to subscribe if you enjoy my content. Thank you, Aisha. I have Bull. Thank you. More well-fed than Amber tonight. Maybe she will break her silence of the ham. Oh boy. Do we think that Amber's stress eating after this stream? Oh boy. Tisha, thank you. The Zodiac Filler. The Zodiac Filler. That's another one. That's real. That's clever. Phil Bill. The Hills Have Fries. Oh my god. These are top tier. These are top tier. Oh my god. Red-headed for trouble. Thank you. Son of Ham. House of 1,000 calories. Sounds like something I'd hear on Game of Thrones. Breaker of chains. Breaker of love seats. Oh my gosh. Danish Targaryen. Thank you so much for that. Story of Estelle, thank you. Bed Boundy. Oh, Ted Bundy. Bed Boundy. Oh my gosh. It doesn't end. It doesn't end. It does not end. Oh my god. Jane Lee Rodriguez, really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Jane Lee. Ask them what happened between the baby daddy and Emily. So, I don't know how old that kid is. I don't know when she was with the baby daddy. In terms of her having any insider information about that relationship, I don't know if she'll have that, because really the only thing that she was ever involved in was her ex-wife. So, but yeah, who knows? Who knows? Maybe. Thank you so much, Jane Lee. Shaleos, thank you. The Night of the Lying Fed. The Night of the Living Dead meets the Night of the Lying Fed. That's a cute one. They're all cute. Oh my gosh. Well, this has been a wild stream. I hope that you guys were thoroughly entertained. I hope that you were informed as to what I believe is some of the reasoning, or at least draws a parallel to some of the reasoning why Amberlynn has not been uploading. It's very serious. I know that we're making jokes in here and everything, but we don't want to see Amberlynn meet a series finale. We don't want to see Amberlynn have an early exit. So I hope that she takes it seriously. I don't think that she will, but at the end of the day, she's an adult and she can do what she wants. So this is going to be the end of our live stream. Thank you so much for being here on this Tuesday evening with me. I really appreciate it, you guys. The amount of super chats, memberships, everything of the sort that were sent in. I mean, absolute insanity. I really appreciate it, you guys. Thank you so much for continuing to support me here on YouTube. I never thought that my little silly channel on here would ever amount to something like this. I mean, it is just absolutely out of this world. I really appreciate you guys. We will more than likely be back tomorrow for some more fun. I don't know what we will be doing tomorrow night in terms of a topic, but plan on being here. Thank you so much again for all of the donations, bits, super chats, gifted memberships of the sort. If for some reason I missed your donation throughout tonight or missed your gifted membership, just know I really appreciate it, and I am sorry that I missed it. There were a lot of things flying in. It is possible I missed one or two, so I do thoroughly apologize if I did. On your way out, if you wouldn't mind pressing the thumbs up, it helps with the algorithm. Just press the little thumbs up button. Just takes a second. It just takes a second. You could have been done. Could have been done already. What are you going to be, lazy? Huh? We're going to have to start calling you lazy because you didn't press the thumbs up button? Wow. I'm not above calling you lazy. Me guilting you into it. If asking nicely doesn't work, I'll guilt you into it. Diane Castaneda, thank you. I definitely found my people. Love you, Jordy, and the chat. Thank you so much for that, Diane. I really appreciate you. Oh my goodness. Okay, everybody. We will more than likely be back tomorrow, so I will see you then. Thank you